Well, good morning. It's 4:44. I finally got back to my normal number, although I woke up at quarter after one last night, which was approximately 3 hours after I went to bed. But I was able to fall back to sleep this time, which is why I'm able to do the video at 4:44. I got to sleep until about 3 o'clock. And I laid there thinking about what I was going to talk about today. But before I went into the meditation room, I checked the computer to see the results, and that, of course, changed the title and the topic that I was going to focus on. Anyway, the title that I did come up with finally is The Obama Drama, Act 2. I really did not think they would be able to report a result last night, feeling there would be somewhat of a repeat of the 2000 election scenario. I also did not feel confident that Obama would win, especially living in a very Republican area. My question is this: will he, as some say, now do what he promised 4 years ago and failed to do? For me, there is a lot of pondering going on, with an internal dance between hope and skepticism. I sense that this dance is not mine alone. Is it also the dance of the collective consciousness? I think most humans, quite honestly, hope for an improvement in our world. Most humans, I feel, would like to stop war. Most humans would like to be treated fairly and would like to see justice prevail. Most humans would like to stop the constant conflict in our personal relationships and in our collective relationships. Most people realize that something is happening, and indeed it is. People are waking up. But there's also a skepticism. And what I was going to talk about before I chose this title had to do with watching a video yesterday, and God, his name just jumped right out of my mind. Daryl Anka, maybe? The guy that channels Bashar. He was interviewed for about an hour on, I don't even know what the program was, but I watched the video. It was posted on my Facebook page. Lydia posted it. And I watched the entire thing. And folks, I want you to understand something about me. Much of my earlier life, I thought I knew the answers because I thought I knew what was true and what was right. As I've gotten older, I don't hold quite so tightly to my own viewpoint, realizing that my viewpoint depends on where I'm standing and how I'm feeling and what's going on in my life and in my world. I realize that. And therefore, since I've changed my perception and perspective and opinion so many times over the course of my life, not because I'm wishy-washy, but because I try to consider all aspects of a situation. And I realize that what I am viewing is a reflection of, if not my individual consciousness, it is a reflection of the collective consciousness that I'm a part of. I'm not separate from it. I'm not separate from anything, good or bad. I'm not separate from it. I do make choices. I make choices to be truthful, as honest and sincere as I know how to be. I make a commitment to speak from my heart. And in speaking from my heart is weighing issues from both sides in many directions. And so you're not going to get in me someone that's going to tell you this is the truth and this is what you must believe. I'm not a fundamentalist anymore. I'm not, because a fundamentalist is no fun. I like doing the dance. I like it. I like entertaining hope, but I also like entertaining skepticism. And I encourage people to follow their own bliss. And following your own bliss in this world of polarized opinions, you're going to have to learn how to dance, or otherwise you're going to be pretty miserable. And I already got an email this morning from someone who was pretty miserable that Obama won again. Did he win? I don't know. I know George Bush never won. I'm absolutely convinced that George Bush never won any election in his entire life. I'm talking about W, not the father. Okay? I'm convinced that he never won the governorship of Texas. Everything in George Bush's life was fixed. And Karl Rove was one of the fixer, and he was mad as can be, according to what I read this morning, fighting with Fox News for announcing Obama as the winner. That can't be. Well, Karl Rove is one of those terrible people that wants to control everything. And he's gotten away with it for a long time, but he didn't win this one. But I don't know that Obama did either, and I don't know if the people did either. I hope we did. I hope the people that are saying that Obama is a plant from another dimension, he was born to lead, I hope that they know what they're talking about. I don't resonate with it. He doesn't bring forth fruit, meet for repentance. I do notice, I did check a little bit of election stuff when I came back to the computer after 4 o'clock this morning. It was interesting to see that there's now a new senator in Wisconsin, and the first openly gay woman is now a senator, a U.S. senator. I actually applaud that, which will probably piss a lot of Christians off. But I am absolutely a supporter in gay rights, if you will. I know. Fundamentalists can't understand that. It's supposed to be a man and a woman, not a woman and a woman or a man and a man. I understand that. But God told me a long time ago, you don't know enough to judge another, and if you did, you wouldn't. So I applaud the fact that an openly gay person, there's a lot of gay people that have been in the Congress and the Senate, I'm sure, or bisexual or whatever, but they haven't been open about it. I think that's a step in the right direction. I am a progressive libertarian. Progressive means that I get out of the narrow-minded mindset and I open up and expand. So Obama gets an Act 2. Obama gets another term. What will that mean? Will it mean that he finally starts standing up to the corruption in Washington? Will it mean that he finally starts telling the truth about his birth certificate and everything else? Will he finally tell the truth that it doesn't matter if he's born in Kenya or Hawaii because he's only the president of a corporation and it's not a nation? Will him being elected again be the impetus needed to create a real republic in the United States and return the United States back to a limited government, but first one that progressively deals with the issues of generations of theft from the American people and restores sanity to our government, to our courts, to our media? You know, he's not the one that makes all these decisions, but what role will he play in the dance that's going on between skepticism and hope? What role will he honestly play? I have honestly prayed for him, but I honestly prayed for George Bush. Did I like George Bush? No. Do I like Obama? No, I don't. I don't like liars. I don't like people that are blatantly lying. But the political game that's being played, if their lips are moving, they're lying. And I don't know. I can't see Obama's heart. I can't see it. I only ever met one person that actually had a conversation with him. And she was very impressed by his authenticity. That's what she felt when she sat with him for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever it was, and actually had a conversation with Barack Obama before he was elected the first time. She was very impressed. I've never met the man. I don't know what I feel. I met Tim Turner, and I felt that he was a man of integrity. I've reported on that before. And yet, he sits in prison, and Obama sits in the White House for another 2 years. What's going on in our world? Is it, as the Bashar channeler says, is it just the reflection in a mirror that we're seeing? And we're expecting the reflection to smile, but we're not smiling. We have to smile before we see the reflection coming back at us. Well, the distance between what we expect and what we see when it's long creates skepticism. And it naturally must create skepticism because we need to see results. And the result that we saw in the election, as reported last night, the result is going to piss a lot of people off because they don't like the idea of Obama getting a second term. It's also going to make a lot of people happy who wanted to see Obama get a second term and who said that it does matter which one of the lesser of two evils you vote for because the Democrats will at least support equal rights for gays. They will at least support a woman's right to choose. Well, actually, so would Romney have. But he's a liar. He's worse of a liar than Obama is, in my opinion and my observation. I trust the Republicans less than I trust the Democrats. The Democrats, to me, are the lesser of two evils. But I'm a libertarian, which is more along the line of what real Republicans should believe in. Limited government. But Republicans never have practiced limited government in my lifetime. Maybe Eisenhower, but I was too young to remember. I was too young to remember. So we have this dance going on. We have this game that we're observing. This cosmic game being played out in a geopolitical arena of world politics. And it does make a difference. It does. But I encourage you to do what I'm doing. And I've been working towards perfecting in my own experience. And that is to acknowledge the skeptic in me. To acknowledge the little boy that just wants to be safe and would like to be able to just play. To acknowledge all the parts of ourselves and stop the stupidity of trying to turn one side off. Let them dance. Let their voices be heard within you as I'm trying to do my best within me. Let the voices be heard. That's integrating in the heart the opposites. And that will produce results. I don't believe that. I know that. I know that as more and more people are willing to embrace their shadow, it won't matter who's in the White House or who's in a political arena seemingly at the top of the pyramid. And it's not the top of the pyramid, by the way, but I'm saying seemingly at the top of the pyramid. It won't matter. Because when we begin to heal ourselves and become whole, it will reflect back to us in the mirror of our experience. I'd like to explore that topic more, and I probably will at some point in the future. It's a good illustration that he gave of the smile in the mirror or the frown in the mirror, whichever one you're looking at. The frown's not going to change to a smile until you start smiling. And me and all of us. So I smile. Obama's in, apparently for 4 more years, but we'll see. We'll see. I'd honestly like to see the republic restored. I'd honestly like to see the republic come to its senses and stop trying to mix a theocracy with a republic. They don't mix. They are antithetical to each other. Anyway, Act 2 began last night, apparently, yesterday, whatever, for Obama. I pray that the Spirit of the living God will grab hold of his heart and give him the courage that he needs to tell the truth, which would be a miracle for any politician, to be able to speak the truth, and even more so, to be able to speak the truth and get coverage in the mainstream media while speaking it. May he speak the truth to power, which is why I voted for Cynthia McKinney in the last election, a black woman. Why? Because she had the courage even then to speak the truth to power. May Obama find that ability and speak the truth to power. May we all learn what truth is. Truth is telling, this is what my experience is. This is what I'm feeling. And knowing the difference between what I'm feeling and what I'm thinking and what I'm seeing. Am I seeing a reflection of the collective unconscious or the collective consciousness? What am I feeling? What do I think about that? Separate them and then bring them together into wholeness so that you can be a person of authenticity and integrity. And as we move there, we will change the world. Act 2. Namaste.